Hello again, Tahlequah Public Schools. This is Robert Batson, Director of Technology for Tahlequah Public Schools. Now, this is the third video pertaining to the Windows 10 migration and will cover the essentials for using your new computer. We will cover gaining access to your files, your email, and signing into Skype. First, you will notice that your files are not where they used to be. Files are now stored inside the OneDrive application, which you will find right here. So let's walk through getting access to your files. First step is going to be putting your email address. And we'll give that a moment. You will click Next. And you'll notice it gives you the option to select which folders you download, so you don't have to download all of the files you have on your local computer. For these purposes, we'll just go ahead and select all of them. And then we'll say Open My Drive. And it will begin to download your files. I should suggest or say that most of you, we've already done this process on your computer. But you'd need to do this if you sign on to a computer that you don't normally sign on to. Depending on how many files you have, depends on how long it will take to actually download your files. Again, if you're interested in the computer at your desk that you're already using, probably we've already done this and you won't have to download. But if you do go to another computer, you'll have to do this process. In that case, you could select to not download all of the files. But you'll notice that you'll have this folder here, OneDrive-Tahlequah Public Schools. This should show up in all of your applications, Word, any other programs that you could use. But you want to make sure from this point forward that you put your files into the OneDrive folder and not into the Documents and Downloads folders like you're used to. So again, everything needs to go into the OneDrive folder. And you'll notice too, just to make it confusing, there's two OneDrive folders here. The OneDrive Tahlequah Public Schools is the one that you'll be using. This other one is if you want to go ahead and configure a personal OneDrive, which is your option. But for these purposes, you will use the OneDrive Tahlequah Public Schools. So that will cover gaining access to your files. Let's go ahead and go to email. It's Outlook 2016. It's just like we used in the past. You won't see many differences there. If this is the first time using Outlook, you'll come up with this welcome screen and simply just click Next. Yes. It should auto-populate this information for you, and Next. This part here can take a couple minutes, and so once it's finished, don't worry about it. If it's taking a long time, it will come up with a password prompt. While we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and sign into Skype. It's, again, the same as it was last year, Skype for Business 2016. One thing that is new, Office will periodically ask you to activate it, and when it does, all you need to do is put in your email address. You don't need to put any other information in besides that, just your email. So we'll accept the user agreement and skip this, and then put in your password and sign in. And we'll say yes or no. That question doesn't really matter. And so we are in. Now we can use Skype. And we're still waiting on this to pop up. Again, this will only take place if you're on a new computer or you haven't signed into Outlook before. If you've already signed into Outlook and you tell it to save your password, it will open almost instantaneously. But this first time, it will take a few minutes before it will come up. Any second now. There we go. Okay, so I want to check remember credentials. That way we don't have to put the password in every single time we load Outlook. And we'll just say finish. Alright, so again, the first time we launch Office product, it's going to ask us to activate. And we will just put in our email address. It will ask you to look at new features and so forth, just say close, and then your email will pop up. So the interface for Outlook should be identical to what you were used to before. And so that should get us in. We will cover some more of the advanced features of OneDrive in a couple of later videos, but for now this should get us to where we have the basics and the essentials we have or will need to use our computer. Again, if you have any questions, contact the IT department. We have had a few instances where files were not copied. But don't fear, we still have the original data, but you'll just need to contact the IT office and we will investigate it. So make sure to go into this OneDrive folder and make sure that you have all the files that you had before. So again, this is Robert Batson from Talcott Public Schools. Thank you very much.